Right, guys, welcome back to another ECW review, hot off a SummerSlam, which was a massive show featuring a shitload of ECW matches. Well, all one of them. Big Show versus SABU, the only ECW match to make it on the card. I kind of feel irrelevant that Joey Styles and Taz would have sat out there for 3 hours just to call like an
3 minute match.
yeah. I mean, you've got to argue where was the sense in that. But anyway, the match was it was all right. Like it was, you
Couple
know,
of botches.
a shitload of botches, and
I don't want to bury the guy. Fucking hell.
Big Show wins. Sabu made a couple of errors. I don't know what he was doing, to be honest. But it's typical Sabu match. And yeah, so with that said, let's move on now into the next ECW show, and we can
We've also
review it.
got a rematch
We've
tonight.
got rematch
for
here
the same
tonight.
belt.
Unfortunately, Big Show's still the champ, but you know what? It is what it is. So we kick off the show again with Kelly Kelly. Every week, Kelly Kelly's kicking off the show. I'm not too sure why. We've got an extreme bikini contest here with Tori and Kelly Kelly. Tori goes first, but before Kelly can take off her clothes, Mike Knox comes down as usual with Tess. Tess having to hold Mike Knox's hand and accompany him everywhere, which is a bit
To
weird.
me, it kind of I think Tess. He's still the man, but he's beginning to feel like just another job.
Just another victim. Yeah, I mean, Tess. It felt like a big deal at the start, and now he's kind of just hanging around Mike Knox. Don't quite understand it. And then Sandman and Tommy Dreamer come out. They challenged them to a six-man tag. They have a decent opener, pretty good opener. It was non-extreme rules, but you know what, got the job done. Dreamer, we've seen Sandman nail the Swanton bomb off the top rope,
Yep.
which was cool to see. Dreamer with a DDT on Mike Knox, and they pick up the win. So there you go. They get their revenge after a couple weeks ago they lost in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Up backstage then with Paul Heyman talking to the Big Show, saying that he's still worried. Why would you fight Sabu again? It was a close call at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Big Show says Sabu, don't worry, he'll be out of his element tonight. Tonight there's no weapons, and then the Big Show says he's a walking weapon. I probably heard this line about 200 times for the Big Show already this week. And then he walks off. Next we have Matt Striker. He's teaching us some fucking English. Says he's coming to ECW. Matt Striker, your teacher. To me, I like vignettes, but to me, I think ECW have got too many. I think they're trying to debut too many people at the same time. I think the roster is. I understand, right? Rather than just have a couple of WWE guys, right, and a bunch of ECW fucking out of shape rejects. I know McMahon's going to put some people into it, but to me, he's putting too many into it. I mean, yeah, fucking since the start of the show, how many new people in the space of like 2 months here have they either debuted it or showing signs of they're going to debut? You've got
Foreign Punk, Moore.
Mike Knox, Moore, Striker, Rene Dupree.
Well, Rene Dupree's kind of different. No, I guess Shannon.
But still, you get my point, right? I don't think they need all these new people. But anyway, Matt Striker probably coming to ECW near you. Next with Kevin.
No, but I see the way people slabber about all the released people and shit. Oh, that person out of family. What fucking use is Rene Dupree and Shannon Moore? I mean, Shannon Moore may be a disaster, but at least he kind of looks like. I mean, what's Rene Dupree got that no one? Oh, he's French.
Yeah, I'd say the Shannon Moore fucking vignettes are more entertaining or more appealing than the Rene Dupree ones. So, up next, Kevin Thorne versus Balls Mahoney, Extreme Rules match. It wasn't really extreme, and I think this damaged his Extreme Rules match. The fact that this really, I mean, aside from like one shot with like the Kevin Thorne's cane thingy, this wasn't extreme. I know he kicked the chair on his face, but you could have done that with it. Could have got away with doing that in a non-Extreme Rules match. To me, I don't think you should have an Extreme Rules match and have this lackey weapons involved. So, you know what? Kevin Thorne wins. You know, it's what it is. What match wasn't great. Up next, Shannon Moore talks about the system. I think all he said was the system is against us or something.
The system is corrupt or some fucking load of shite. That's
Big lefty, liberal. He didn't vote Trump. That's all you need to know. Up next, we have CM Punk versus C.W. Anderson.
This guy who just looks like a nonce, to be honest. I'm not going to put it any more blunter than that.
But it wasn't a bad match. I've got to give credit where it's due. I thought the match was alright.
Yep. But again, it could never be better than alright.
True, true. It was never going to be better than alright, but you know what?
Don't
I thought it was alright, so, I
Christmas.
mean, CM Punk picks up his third win, he's still undefeated. And CW Anderson looks like a decent technician, but to me, someone like a CW Anderson, his job is purely going to be to try and put people over and make them look half decent.
No, but he's pish. I don't even get how he was in the original ECW, man. He's
Well,
just.
no, but I'm saying I think I don't mind the guy. Fuck it, if his only purpose is to lose to people like Punk and put them over, then fair enough. Up next, we have the show is the rematch tonight between Sabu. I mean, I don't know how many times they announced this throughout the show that we're going to see Sabu and Big Show tonight. We're not senile. If you tell us once, then we know.
Yep, move along there.
They don't need to you don't need to show us every fucking time.
Then we see backstage, Paul Heyman's talked to this person, then it pans over. It's Hardcore Holly.
The
And
big shot. So Paul Heyman's not. He didn't name anyone specifically, but he's telling Hardcore Holly that some people didn't want him on ECW, saying that he's too violent. To
which
me,
makes
this
no
make
fucking
it's
sense.
ECW. Like,
And to me, he attacked Van Damme, so it's as if Van Damme said that.
yep. So oh, I don't get it. I get
It's all over the
I
place.
get maybe it's trying to put Holly over. I get that aspect, but
But not
it kind of buries Van Damme. Although I guess you could argue then,
Heyman's making it up
yeah.
himself.
So to provoke Hardcore. So
But why would he? He could just lie and say attack him, like he's been doing with. No, he hasn't
yeah, he
had to
just
lie to
fucking
test or
pay him
nothing.
like, alright, well, big shot. Anyway, up next with RVD versus Danny Doran. RVD wins. Really short match, nothing great. Hardcore Holly comes out, attacks RVD, delivers a nasty chair shot to Danny Doran, and then hits the Alabama Slammer on
Alabama Slammer.
the big Alabama Deontay Wilder left hook. Anyway, Hardcore Holly leaves. We get again
So we get
another.
5 matches
Then
on this
we get a
card.
Rene Dupree, photo
Vignette,
shoot, and he's
vignette.
coming to ECW apparently. Then in the main event, Big Show versus Sabu, non-extreme rules. Really, really slow, boring match, but then Big Show dominating bear hugs, headbutts, all the usual shitty Big Show
And see
maneuvers.
another thing that doesn't make sense about this main event. Why is Sabu like going complete madman in a match that would get him DQ'd when if he went like this in the match at SummerSlam he would have won it?
Yep. So anyway, Sabu tries to poke Big Show's eyes out, and then Big Show misses the spear on Sabu, hits the ref's down. Then Sabu grabs the ladder, grabs the chair, starts smashing the Big Show with all his mad maneuvers. Then grabs the ring bell and keeps smashing the shit out of Big Show's dome. And then hits them out, and the Big Show flies over the top rope and lands through a table. And it was like in super slow motion, but the way Big Show went crashing through the table, it kind of worked. It was kind of cool. And then Eli's on the outside, puddle of his own blood, and Sabu, taunts, gets DQ'd though, but does his wee mad Iron Sheik celebration, finger point to the sky, and he loses the match, but I guess you could say he wins the war. So I don't know where Sabu goes from here. That is back-to-back defeats to the Big Show. I lost in an Extreme Rules match with the title on the line, then he gets himself DQ'd with the title on the line. The guy's been booked pretty strong, but he's back-to-back defeats, and you've got to wonder, guys, does it go downhill for Sabu here? So what's going to happen next week? You've got perhaps Sabu and Big Show's rivalry continue. Who knows? Will Hardcore Holly be after Van Damme? Will Van Damme want revenge? Who knows? Test, Knox, Dreamer, and Sandman. Will that shit continue? Can CM Punk's winning run continue? We don't know what's going to happen. If you want to find out, you've got to continue watching these reviews. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let us know what you think down below. I mean, this show wasn't perfect. It wasn't as good as last week's. I mean, I think I rated last week's the best show we've seen. This week was 5 matches. Sometimes I don't think I think five's too many, and I guess sometimes three's too. I think the right amount of matches for ECW is either 3 or 4.
Yep.
I don't think five. I think five is just pushing it, and yeah. So
Well, I think you can get away with two, like if the main match
if a
fucking
good, two good matches.
you know.
I'd probably. I mean, this wasn't bad. I get the opener was pretty decent, and there was some cool vignettes and all that stuff. I like the end and Sabu kind of leaving Big Show battered was good. You know what? I'd probably give us a 4. I think it was that bad.
I'll give it a
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
I'll give it a 5.
And you're getting it a 5. So there you go. Rounds out at 4.5. They tried to use everybody on the show, I guess. And even then, there's still a shitload of people missing. Stop debuting new people. I don't think ECW needs it. There's fucking too many people on the roster as it is. But anyway, guys, that's it. Until next time.
Peace.